Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into TUICE Network's coverage of Atlantic Prep Athletic Conference Hockey. We are coming to you live from the stadium, set for puck drop between the St. Joseph Prep Hawks and the LaSalle Explorers. I'm Eric Jesberger, alongside Josh Safran, Dylan Coyle, coming to you ringside in between the boards reporting tonight. And on tech, directing the broadcast, is our Jonathan Burke. The Explorers come into tonight's matchups and skate onto the ice in their navy and gold uniforms at 5-3 overall at the number 2 seed in the APAC, while the St. Joseph Prep Hawks in their gray and maroon come into tonight 1-7 overall with their record. Josh, before we get to our national anthem and our pregame festivities, 1-7 as the 4th seed in St. Joe's Prep, number 2 ranked LaSalle at 5-3. What are you expecting as we get set for puck drop here at 7 o'clock?
Yeah, well, Eric, first let me say it's an honor getting on the broadcast with you today. Happy to be here. I'm expecting these teams, who's going to play harder and go into the playoffs with momentum. I mean, we're seeing it right now with March Madness. It's not about your seed from the regular season. It's about how you perform when it matters most. I'm excited to see who brings the most heart today in a game that doesn't have a lot of implications for the playoffs.
100%, as you mentioned, not much implications in the game, but of course bragging rights can play along, and these teams, just a 4-team division and conference, so you can expect these teams meeting the 3rd time this season as they get set here. The last game of the regular season and the 3rd and final times these 2 teams will be meeting on the ice. Taking a look at our starting goaltenders in net for the LaSalle Explorers. Number 33, Liam Gross, their top goaltender on the team, 9 games played, and he hoists a 5-3 overall record. He's faced 164 shots on net and a save percentage just under 9 at .89, and he has a shutout to add to that resume as well. On the opposite side, defending the opposite crease tonight for the St. Joseph Prep Hawks will be number 1, Rocco Bruno. He split the amount of games played with Andrew Custer, his fellow netminder. In 5 games played, he's faced 200 total shots, and he hoists a 9.92 overall save percentage. So both goaltenders have defended the crease very well. And before we get to puck drop, we're going to throw it down for our national anthem. Stay right here on TUICE Network. No better way to start pregame festivities than to conclude it with the national anthem, honoring our nation and getting these gentlemen set on the ice here. Once again, you're tuned into TUICE Network, coming to you live from the stadium. I'm Eric Jesberger alongside Josh Safran, Dylan Coyle reporting in between the benches tonight. Dylan, he'll be ringside for the game, and we're going to throw it down now. Dylan Coyle, it's a beautiful venue on the ice tonight, Friday night hockey. What are you looking forward to most as we get set for puck drop?
Well, there's not that much better than Friday night hockey, right? And we've got games, a game between 2 teams that are, it's really just a tune-up game. I mean, St. Joe's is going to have to play the Beast, the team known as Malvern, in just a few days, Monday, and you can watch that actually on the TUICE Network. And LaSalle will be actually getting a bye into the championship game against the winner of that Malvern and St. Joe's game due to Holy Ghost COVID outbreak that has now happened. That game will no longer happen at 5:30. So some good hockey here. It's a tune-up, but it means a lot to both of these teams, Eric.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dylan. We'll definitely be tuning in to you throughout the game. Ladies and gentlemen, puck drop underway here at the stadium. The LaSalle Explorers and St. Joe's Prep Hawks. Friday night hockey underway here in the APAC at the stadium. We're going to kick it off, a face-off win. And the Hawks' early aggression, they'll push the other way. Backhand shot easily swallowed up by Gross momentarily. But LaSalle will come up with the loose change and take it back the other way. 2-on-3 break shot just wide of Rocco Bruno. First test will go wide. And for St. Joe's, they'll collect themselves and the puck behind their own net. Battle it up the boards and out to the neutral zone come the Hawks.
Watch out for that number 22, Michael Casey. He's got a lot of skill and speed.
Michael Casey, third overall in the APAC standings. And right now he's on the defensive end. St. Joe's Prep shot through the glove of Gross. And a whistle will blow this play dead. Stoppage play, high sticking. Will wrap up that quick opportunity. And St. Joe's Prep with the early aggression and a couple shots on net here early on.
Well, Eric, that was what we were talking about before we started here. Is St. Joe's Prep going to come out hot? That's been a problem for them this year. They'll go down early, and they'll just lie down until the very closing minutes. Great to see them start off with some aggression there.
And with just under a minute already used off the clock, St. Joe's Prep with 2 quick shots on net. And they're going to look to battle this out of their own end of the ice. And they will do so successfully for just a moment. LaSalle, however, had another idea, and that's number 13, Max Modalo, keeping it in the zone. Here come the Hawks on hot pursuit. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Chipping it into the zone. Leading the charge will be another stoppage of play and a slash, a penalty.
Yeah, it's going to go to LaSalle, and it looks like Kieran Schneider.
Head into the box, Keenan Schneider. He'll spend his 2 minutes for slashing. And an early power play for St. Joe's Prep. Josh, as you mentioned, can't be any better of a start here for the Hawks.
No, it certainly can. That's exactly what we've been talking about going into this, Eric. If they can get the first one on the board, it's truly anybody's game.
A face-off win will keep this puck on the power play unit. Battle and scrum in front of the net. Fought for, no shot on net as LaSalle would ship it out, unable to get it out to neutral zone. As St. Joe's Prep will battle with it. Quinn Egan looking for his top man at the blue line, intercepted, and this puck will cross the blue line as the Hawks will be forced to exit the Explorers zone. Quick chip fed on. Here come the Hawks back the other way across the blue line with a burst of speed. Looking for an extra man shot over the crossbar. Hit will go out of play, hitting the top of netting. Just missing the wrong twine there. Almost found the top right corner of Liam Gross in net. With a stoppage play, we'll get another face-off. This will be to Gross's right.
Doesn't seem like they're just getting any clean looks yet off the, in the slot there. LaSalle actually doing a great job of just clogging the lane for them.
Jake Armstrong at the dot for the Hawks, unable to keep this in possession of St. Joe's Prep. Hot pursuit back the other way comes Michael Casey, leading this LaSalle's offense. He's going to get a pass off in front. Tic-tac-toe pass, back of net, and they score! The LaSalle Explorers shorthanded connect with the back of the net. Tic-tac-toe passing, and it's the man, Michael Casey, high-fiving his team, connecting with the back of the net, and a 1-0 lead to the boys in blue.
Well, that'll suck the life right out of you. You get the early power play. You're coming out hot. Talk about a momentum swing.
Excellent connection right in front of Rocco Bruno in net. Selfless play from number 26, David Kimmel on the assist. Going right back to Casey, and the LaSalle Explorers up early, and still just under a minute yet to eat up on this penalty. And you know what
else? I'm sorry to cut you off there, but you know what else? That was all off a defensive zone face-off win for LaSalle.
How important those face-off wins are, but right in front, St. Joe's Prep looking to answer back with a quick response. They'll set up their power play unit, connecting at the blue line. Now a shot, back doors open, unable to get a tip on it, will be the Hawks in front of the net. Quinn Egan was right there, unable to punch it home. Chip shot and a shorthanded break back the other way once again for the Explorers. However, it will be fended off by Bruno, and if they hurry, they have a man advantage back the other way for St. Joe's Prep. Here come the Hawks. 13 minutes of play left on our first period. And 10 seconds now on the power play. Shot knocked down by his own man in front. That's Jack Yerger getting in the way. However, keeping possession will be the Hawks. Battle for it, losing sight. Stuck between his skates and back to 5-on-5 hockey. Schneider out of the box for the Explorers. And he's now looking to get this pass. A one-on-one. And here's a boost of speed as well. Make that a 2-on-1 for the Explorers. Shot. Saved by Bruno. He stands tall. Deflecting that off. An excellent hustle from number 13 for the Explorers. Max Modalo able to get that opportunity, but Bruno denying the shot on net.
There was definitely some blown coverage right there as there's a shot and a glove save. Sorry to cut you off again. But Jake Hannon, defensively, he made a really a beeline to the net to try and get the back check going on. Unfortunately for St. Joe's, well, he's not a defenseman. So there was definitely some blown coverage there. Luckily, Bruno standing tall.
And those defensive breakdowns are something St. Joe's Prep all too used to. As we mentioned, 1-7 overall record. They're looking to try and improve that in their final regular season game tonight. And right now it starts with his defensive breakdowns that are looking to stand tall in front of Bruno, who's had a tremendous season when he's been in front of the net, but it's all about defending in front of him as well. Back the other way, here come the Explorers as a St. Joe's Prep offensive attack will be swatted away, and with this glove save from Bruno once again, he'll show the glove flashing the leather and denying this shot. Looking top right corner, Bruno says no once again.
Yeah, that's a really nice save. It's a statement of intent. You know what I mean right there? You put that leather and get it, even though it looked like it was going wide, and sometimes that's all you need to get the boys going.
Face off to Bruno's right once again in St. Joe's zone. Here's a quick shot. Back and a score for the Explorers! 2 goals in under 5 minutes in our first period of play. And LaSalle up to an early 2-0 lead. And if you're St. Joe's Prep, that's going to be 2 face-off losses costing them with back-of-the-net connections in favor of the Explorers on their own end of the ice. 2-0. LaSalle leads.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the coaching staff for St. Joe saying exactly that. It's face-offs. It's an easy thing. You got to tie them up. Unfortunately, that did not happen.
This puck coughed up in the neutral zone, and it'll be number 18, David Wittick, with a burst of speed, getting this behind St. Joe's Prep's net momentarily before this will be battled by the Hawks. Scrum along the boards, chipped along by Casey. Great stick work and skate work along the boards here. Scrummed and now poking free in favor of the Hawks. Shipping this won't get out of play, will stay in. Dylan Coy almost catching a puck there, down as a souvenir, but it will continue with play. Hard hit applied by number 23 for the Explorers on that forecheck for the Hawks. Quickly denied as Ryan Warner stepping into him, and this will be icing down the other way.
You know, you got to always be ready. And even 5 minutes into this game, 2-0 score, you got to pay attention to those pucks when you're doing some between the benches or penalty box endeavors. And you know what? I was prepared. I'll still be prepared, Eric.
Hey, you're pretty close in between the benches. You can get that puck souvenir and signed as well. Take that home. As we have 2 talented teams on the ice tonight. Once again, the LaSalle Explorers in their navy blue and gold. St. Joe's Prep down 2 in their gray and maroon. The Explorers controlling it on the own end of the ice. This poke's free. Shot in the slot. Deflected wide. Liam Gross looked like he got a left pad on it as well to finish that deflection away from his own net. And St. Joe's Prep back out to the neutral zone. Hard checking along the boards. Pokes free. Stepping in, tied up, penalty will be charged as the lineman's arm is up. And after the Explorers will touch it, we will get the verdict in just a moment. The second infraction on the game. And LaSalle will head to the box for the second time as well.
Just want to go back to those 2 goals there. I mean, credit where credit's due to Bruno. I think he's had a decent game. Those 2 goals were simply unstoppable. The ball movement, the puck movement from LaSalle, it was just unstoppable. 2 goals and 2 one-timers as well.
Schneider again in the box.
Schneider for the second time today. But hey, as we mentioned, LaSalle scoring shorthanded. The first time he was in the box, we'll see if the Explorers can pay virtue once again on the shorthanded. Right now, St. Joe's Prep on the power play. They come into tonight with a power play working at 16%. They're looking to get that much higher and it starts on the short-handed, or rather man advantage opportunities as well, that they're looking to erase this 2-goal deficit. Shot off the skate of number 9 in front, as his traffic will now send this into the bench, catching his own man. As number 9, Chase Hannon, getting a little too eager to get that puck out of zone, and he'll send this over the bench.
Yeah, Chase Hannon, he almost his skates went into the V position, which is what you usually go in. You're always taught to go into the position to kind of push off, to get some momentum going, get skating. Well, right there, he made that V shape to stop the puck.
Jake Armstrong with the face-off win for the Hawks, and this puck will get out to the neutral zone, coughed up by St. Joe's at the blue line. And LaSalle, eating up a couple seconds, will now chip this along and eat up plenty more time with 1:15 left on the power play for the Hawks. 9:40 left on our first period to play, a 2-0 lead for the Explorers. Getting off early, and once again, not only eating up puck clock time, but now working up an opportunity in front. This puck just out of the reach of the Explorer. The backhand feed, unable to find number 18, Dan Whittick, in front of the net. Now 50 seconds left on the power play, and the Hawks still unable to get this puck out into LaSalle's end of the ice. Fumbled with at the blue line, now sent behind Gross, who will easily fade this along to his Explorers along the boards and sent all the way back down the opposite end of the ice, thanks to the left stroke of Michael Casey. Pinballing around in the Explorers end of the ice. This one once again back out to the neutral zone. 17 seconds, and Josh, this penalty kill tremendous for the Explorers. They come into tonight with a 65% penalty kill. But right now, here's an opportunity on the other way. Still on the short-handed. Shot will go wide. Looks like it either caught Bruno or the top of the cage. But anyway, this puck will head out of play. And with a stoppage of play, Josh, penalty kill exceptional for the Explorers. Very poor power play right now for the Hawks.
Yeah, that's for sure. It feels as if St. Joe's Prep is just taking this as an opportunity to pass the puck around in their attacking zone, and they're just fending off LaSalle even though they have the man advantage. Absolute smothering everywhere from the Explorers.
The question would be who's on the power play. Right now it would be tough to read. With 2 seconds now, it will be even strength, and Schneider out of the box will now get on the defensive effort, putting a hit on. Schneider out of the box with aggression. He had a dilemma and asserting it right there and stopping a quick break back the other way on the offensive side for the Hawks. Coughed up, cross-crease feed from Egan, unsuccessful, no man home for that. And here comes Casey leading the charge the other way for LaSalle. And the puck will be lost in the neutral zone by the Explorers. Back out to Gross, and LaSalle will play catch behind their own end of the ice. High stick there for a moment, no call. Could have been a power play once again for the Hawks. And LaSalle will pay virtue there once again, not getting the penalty call, but they will go offsides and will get set to drop the puck once again.
Yeah, no call there. I do wonder if it's because if it was a follow-through. Follow-throughs, at least in professional hockey, they do not result in high sticking calls when you're taking a shot or a pass or just kind of swinging your stick at the puck. As long as you make contact and then you hit someone's face or cage, that can happen.
This puck coughed up after the St. Joe's Prep face-off win. Great stick work in front by Jack Yerger. He'll apply the hit a little late as this puck will stay in for the Explorers. Gloved out of the air and fed up. Here come the Hawks. Yerger on the pursuit. He will be pickpocketed, but it will still fall onto the stick of St. Joe's Prep and dumped into the zone. Gross controlled once again behind his own net. Fed along by the Explorers, number 2, Nick Astolfi. And Rocco Bruno, the other netminder for St. Joe's Prep, will give it out, but coughed up once again. LaSalle looking to take advantage and capitalize on the turnover by the Hawks on their own end of the ice. Out to the blue line. This will just creep off sides, unable to keep that puck just on his end of the ice. That would be number 28, Max Monzo. And we'll get set for another face-off. Dylan, it's been incredible atmosphere down there and a 2-0 lead for the Explorers. You are right. to the right of the St. Joe's Prep bench. What are you hearing down there?
I thought you were saying I was right, which I typically like to assume I am. But I think the big issue right now, wow, that sounded awful. The big issue right now is on the forecheck. There's just not been a lot of hustle, not a lot of skating. As that shot, it looked like it just rose right over the crossbar. Hasn't been enough skating, enough effort right now. I think that's coming from the coaching staff for the Hawks.
Correct, and you saw Matthew Marusco letting one wrister rip just over Liam Gross in net. As that won't count as a shot on net. And this will be chipped out to the neutral zone, gloved out of the air. And with 6:20 on our clock left in the first period, score still remains 2-0 LaSalle. Starting to settle a bit, Josh. What are you seeing on the ice? LaSalle 2-0 lead. They're not getting too comfortable right now.
No, they're certainly not getting comfortable. They're absolutely applying the pressure because I think they know a 2-goal lead, it's certainly not safe, especially this early. I'm looking for St. Joe's to see if they can get one on the board somehow. And clearly, I think you saw some frustration in that last shot.
As you mentioned, St. Joe's Prep looking to get an offense going that has struggled as of late. They only mustered 1 goal against Malvern Prep in their last game. And they right now are trying to get it going. Here's number 16 with a shot on net. Fended off as that was the shot. Fought off by the right pad of Gross. Joseph Semango leading this Hawks on the stats. He'll get his tip in front. Gross says no once again. Couple Hawks down in front of the Gross in his own crease. And the Explorers looking to capitalize back the other way with a man advantage perhaps. Line change is poor for the Hawks. Fought off by Bruno as he'll still stand tall and be the answer the Hawks needed right there on that poor line change. And the Explorers offense surging once again.
No one is collapsing, or everybody is collapsing right there for St. Joe's. You need to have some guys stay up, watch for the trailer. That's not really happening.
Great stick work and puck possession. He'll keep control of this puck. Dump behind the net. Chipped along by the Hawks. He'll be met though. Hard contact along the boards as that's Chris Winnick applying the pressure on that forecheck for LaSalle. And back out to the neutral zone. Once again, you see LaSalle controlling much of puck possession on the clock. As if we had a timer, it would definitely be much in favor of the Explorers. As that neutral zone play has continued to keep this offensive surge going for the boys in blue. A battle along the boards. Puck still scrummed for. Make that 4-5 players along the boards battling for one piece of rubber. But this puck will come through. Shot on net from the blue line. As number 25 with the wrister. That will be Andrew Badinsky, the leading defenseman on this Explorers squad. Shot on net easily. Gloved by Bruno Annette.
Yeah, Badinsky, you know, it was a clear shot on goal. It shouldn't have troubled Bruno, and it didn't. But again, you got to keep this puck from going in on goal on an offensive zone faceoff. I almost pulled you, Eric.
Hey, almost there. I'm working on that. But hey, shot on net there. Bruno standing tall. He had an open slot on that faceoff win. Number 18, Dana Whittick will look for that once again. This puck will be fought. However, more pressure from the Hawks on the dot after the faceoff win by the Explorers. We'll get set to do it all over again, this time to Bruno's left, as this puck will hit the top netting once again. Faceoff in the St. Joe's Prep zone.
Now, Eric, I'm seeing a lot of shots. It feels like guys are getting frustrated and their passing lanes are getting clogged. Are you seeing the same thing where guys might be taking shots a little too early?
And more importantly, you're right, Josh, because you've seen opportunities chip along in LaSalle's favor. The puck is bouncing their way, and they have more time to work in those cross-crease passes, and that's why they lead 2-0. Two beautiful cross-crease feeds, catching Bruno out of position, and that's why they've been able to connect with Twine and lead this game 2-0 early on.
You need a dirty goal. You need anything. Some nice opportunities here.
A scrum right in front. Hard check applied by number 22 for the Explorers. Laying out the Hawk, Michael Casey with the hit. And this puck will be gloved up by Gross. As the Hawks getting a little bit more offensive pressure and aggression the other way.
That's what I was just about to say. I mean, that sequence tells the tale of the game. It looked like finally the St. Joe's Hawks had a teensy bit of opening there, and right away a hard hit from Michael Casey. It's just been the story of this game.
And we can expect this physical play to pick up as well. 10 penalties split evenly between both teams. The first time the two teams met earlier on this season. That first game back on February 12th, 10 infractions. And you can expect this physical play to continue as well. We already have 2 today on LaSalle's end, but they've been able to pay off with a shorthanded goal and still lead on the most important stat, and that's a 2-0 score lead.
Yeah, and they also have been dominating in face-offs. That's a huge thing that St. Joe's can work on for the remainder of this game. We're only 3 minutes away from that first intermission, that short first intermission, so a lot of time to right the ship.
3 minutes left on our first period of play. As we mentioned, a 2-0 lead for the Explorers here on the TUICE Network. Coming to you live with some APAC hockey Friday night action. I'm Eric Jessberg alongside Josh Safran and Dylan Coyle in between the benches, reporting ringside, and Christopher Burke on tech directing our broadcast as a shot, a wrister, just a floater, not able to get enough muscle on that, easily gloved out of the air by Gross. And this puck will fall into the glove of Gross and a face-off to his right.
We've got 2:47 left, Eric. Eric, I know it's asking a lot here, but what does St. Joe's Prep needs to do? Maybe not a goal, but what do you want to see from them before the period ends?
A face-off win here would get it going, unable to do so. But those face-off wins and just keeping puck possession, especially in the offensive zone, can work up some more chances. This puck just going through the legs of Yerger, and it's all about that puck possession. We've seen plenty of the puck on the sticks of the Explorers, and that's why they lead 2-0, able to get more chances. Gross has been tested, and it's all about, as Dylan mentioned earlier, getting that dirty goal, getting the puck to bounce your way. The physical play we saw from the Hawks at the end of their last matchup against Malvern Prep is something they need to get going early, but this hit.
Oh, there's a big, oh, man.
Oh, my goodness, laying out the Hawk. Number 7 for the Explorers, stepping in with authority will be Chris Neck. He'll head to the box. Boarding will be the penalty, I'm assuming. And Dylan, what you see down there ringside as the boards, I'm sure, on your end of the ice shook a bit after that hit was applied. And we'll give it just a moment here. Dylan actually listening in the officiating crew, talking to St. Joe's Prep's bench. And a face-off as 2. LaSalle Explorers will head to the box.
Yeah, I do wonder exactly what the call is. I think it is a 2 and a 10 right now. The 10-minute for boarding, and then 2 minutes in the 2-minute power play that will be.
And this power play will go right all the way pretty much to the end of this first period. Just a little bit of change will be left on the clock as a minute 45 on this power play. And St. Joe's Prep needs to capitalize here to get some momentum heading into the second period. Shot, and just like that, they do such! Back of the net connection. Number 92 connecting. Connor Berman with top twine. Beating Liam Gross, spreading eagle in his crease. Berman putting the Hawks back within 1. And just like that, St. Joe's Prep on the power play bring this game back within 1, 2-1. The Hawks with a minute 48 left in our first period of play, connect with the back of the net. What a great shot by Berman.
Let's remember that goal here now, because that was a statement. That was a hard hit on their teammate. The St. Joe's Prep Hawks, they could have gone out the first period with a whimper, and that could have set the tone for the game. They responded. Let's see if they can get some momentum now, too.
Looking to respond on the opposite end of that goal will be Michael Casey for just a moment. He'll carry this in to the St. Joe's Prep zone, but he'll be poked away, as that was number 15 on the defensive effort for the Hawks, Declan Pierce. And this puck will now get set for a faceoff to the right of Bruno in net. A minute 33 left in our first period.
I'll tell you what an absolute bullet of a pass from Armstrong as well, or Hammond right there. That was a beautiful pass from the right circle.
Here's a shot followed by Bruno. Puck came free for a moment, but Pierce was right there to knock this puck out of danger. However, this will fall right onto the stick of the Explorers. Number 13 on the pursuit once again. Shot unable to connect with number 27, Keenan Schneider, who was wide open in the slot. And it'll be continuing to be battled along with a minute left on our first period of play. Coming up with the loose puck will be the Explorers. This puck will now cross the blue line. And the Explorers get set to get their offense going once again. Tape passing. And now across the neutral zone into St. Joe's territory. wrister, gloves, as keeping an eye on that puck all the way in was Bruno, as Jake Hannon letting one rip. But Bruno standing tall once again, easily gloving that one out of the air.
And that was the point I was making back in the start of this game. The saves that Bruno were making looked tremendous. It was those two opportunities that LaSalle had. And it's interesting enough that all the time on attack LaSalle has had, it's kind of just been two breaks that went their way and two slip-ups by St. Joe's Preps that led to those 2 goals.
40 seconds left on our first period of play. Here comes a 3-on-3 break, trying to stick through. Was he? And easily fended off by Liam Gross, standing tall once again with a strong right shoulder. 28 seconds, and the Explorers surging far down. Backdoor pass, unable to get us just enough stick on that shot. Backdoor was number 26 for the Explorers, David Kimmel. And this puck back the other way. Here come the Hawks once again. 14 seconds. Getting a stick out. Great check there and takedown by number 25, Andrew Badinsky on the defensive end. Couple cross checks and unsportsmanlike play. Punches are thrown. And tempers are flaring with 6 seconds left in our first period. Couple punches, couple cross checks as that puck was at their skates, but their eyes and their attention was right at each other.
Eric, I didn't catch it there, but who was the aggressor there?
Right there you saw the forecheck and the takedown by Badinsky. Number 10 for St. Joe's Prep, Jeffrey Hammond didn't like it, and they got some words exchanged and a couple gloves to the face as well.
I have some friends.
And Dylan Coyle with a little bit of company. Perhaps you can ask him just like that. Little tempers flaring. But Hammond will head to the box with Badinsky. Words were exchanged, and then a couple of cross checks and punches as well. The officiating crew meeting up to have a quick conversation about this one. And of course, right at the end of our first period, you can't go out without a bang before getting this game going back up in the second period.
That's not the bang you're looking for if you're St. Joe's Prep.
And with 3, 2, and 1, that will conclude our first period of play, ending with that aggression and tempers flaring. The heat continues to build up here at the stadium. A 2-1 lead for the Explorers. They'll skate into the second period with a 1-goal lead. And Josh, that can be very well thanks to Liam Gross. Tremendous job in net, especially in the second half of that first period, as St. Joe's Prep seemed to get their skates under them and definitely get some more opportunities in front of Gross on net.
Yeah, no, I definitely saw an increase in play by the end of that first period. I think that goal was a huge springboard for St. Joe's Prep to see, all right, we got one, we're capable of scoring, they're not some unstoppable team. And Eric, we were talking about this at the beginning. The teams are playing each other for the third time. There's something about those in-division rivalries, those in-division games, where you start to get a little more comfortable with this team. And yes, it's clear today, St. Joe's Prep, they do have a step below LaSalle. But I think it's that familiarity. When you're playing these teams 3 times, you start to know their tricks. You start to get a little comfortable. And great resilience by Prep to not get punched in the face down 2-0 and punch right back and take advantage of that power play.
Spot on in that power play. They had 3 power plays in the first period alone. We expect to see perhaps more tempers flaring as well, as it will, of course, be even strength to kick off our second period of play. 2 men in the box. And Dylan Coyle right there listening in to St. Joe's Prep bench as we get set to kick off our second period. Dylan, what do you have for us down there?
Well, it's going to be all about the face-offs, right? And we were talking about that all first period. You really saw LaSalle dominating in the face-off dot. That second goal, as head coach David Giacomin said, it was not, in as many words, it was not a play that was okay in his eyes. So definitely something that they need to work on. Everyone has a job. Everybody needs to do their job, he said. Face-off won by St. Joe's. Eric starts the second period.
There we go. Listening to their head coach, G. Coleman, here early, and they'll get a quick face-off win. Looking to turn this into an offensive surge back the other way, but LaSalle will deny that quick opportunity. And now all the way back on the opposite end of the ice, they'll feed this out to the neutral zone, and LaSalle will be cool and collective. And now gloves out of the air, and here come the Hawks. Oh, what a quick poke check. Pickpocketing, great stick work by number 9 for the Explorers, stopping a 2-on-1 break the other way. As the stick of Chase Hannon standing tall for the Explorers. Shot fought off as that was Dom Fantozzi taking one of his first shots on the net tonight. Traffic in the way, and here's Michael Casey with the puck. 1-on-1 with Bruno. Back in. Had it wide open, but will hit the outside of the cage. He'll slide into the boards hard. As rather, that would be number 27 for the Explorers. Keenan Schneider. Hard contact and a great sight there, getting up right back up to his feet. But favoring that right arm, he paid the price.
Let me tell you, I thought he had it there. I thought he beat the netminder there. That was what a move. But you know what? Credit where it's due. That's that guy, Bruno. Those 2 goals, I'm not giving the onus on him. Great save to get the leg out there.
Bruno able to get his leg sprawled just enough to force that, perhaps just outside of the cage, as Schneider had a bit of open net, unable to knock it home. And this score will remain 2-1, just a 1-goal difference. LaSalle still standing up. But right there would have been a huge goal to kick off this second period for the boys in blue. And a great kick work, able to keep this puck on his stick. Bruno with the left pad save on Anderson's shot. Fought along, won't able to get this out at the blue line. Slap shot goes just high of Bruno. And here come the Hawks back to the way. And this will be at the red line, chipped in, so we'll get an icing. The best part of the cake, but the worst part of hockey. And icing will be now sent all the way back to the way to the right of Bruno.
Listen, when the puck is bouncing and you're on defense, you need to take the body there. You can't just be swatting at the puck. Definitely something you learn as you continue playing the game, but the body always takes the man off the puck. Sometimes it's better than taking the puck off the man.
And a face-off win, 2 shots. This one will connect with Bruno, but the chest and glove save will dismiss any rebound opportunity for the Explorers. Swallowed up by Bruno, as number 18 able to pick up that shot right falling on his stick was Whittock. And another face-off win, cross crease, Bruno with an excellent save, still chipping along, floating in the air, and fended off. What an incredible save from Bruno in net. However, LaSalle isn't done. Shot off his own man, through Bruno's legs, and LaSalle scores! 3-1, the Explorers go up by 2. And this one, a little friendly Fryer will head into the back of the net. Bruno's 5-hole open for just that split second. And LaSalle will be credited with a 3-1 lead after the goal here at the 14-minute mark. And my goodness, momentum, that's got to hurt. And Josh, that shot going off his own man in front. It looked to be number 83, Christian Short, trying to get a glove on it. Really didn't see that wrister as it was so quick on him. Just trying to get his body in front, but unfortunately that puck bouncing the wrong way into his own net.
Yeah, that's the one that keeps you up at night. Bruno's been having such a good game, even with these 3 goals here. But LaSalle showing why they're the better team. It's a relentless onslaught from them.
And on their own man, a hand pass will get this puck out for just a moment. And here come the Explorers. Schneider on that hot pursuit once again. He's going to get a 2-on-1 shot, looking to get this in front. Rapper floated in front of the air. Bruno able to get a left pad, maybe perhaps even just a skate on that. The blade of his skate making the save. Excellent poke check by Bruno as well. A couple hits exchange, extracurricular activity in front of Bruno and in Bruno's own crease. Tempers flaring once again on the ice. As number 13 just catching in that play, Max Modalo was being sprawled by not only the defenseman in front of Bruno, but Bruno himself.
Now, when you're playing a physical game like this, and almost all these penalties, who gets the advantage in a situation like that? Is it the more physical team, or is it the team that may be less skilled?
And that's to a point that statement goes the question: what aggressive is too aggressive, right? So we'll see now the Explorers, they've been cool and collected. That's why they lead. And now on a power play opportunity, Christian Short sent to the box. As the penalty kill unit for St. Joe's Prep will have to bail him out here. Puck's loose in front. Bruno, he's going to get a chest and a glove on this save. Number 22 for the Explorers had a wide open left side of Bruno. Michael Casey unable to connect with Twine. Bruno through traffic and his own men in front of him able to stand tall once again. Puck will be chipped along. Casey looking in front for Hannon, but this puck fought off. Out to the blue line. The Explorers will play catch. Chase Hannon, shot goes wide up. Bruno getting back and a glove on it. Will be the goaltender and a couple poke checks. Well, this play will be ruled dead. And with 12:32 left on our second period of play, a minute 19 on the power play. As we mentioned, Christian Short sent to the box. And this penalty kill unit for the St. Joe's Prep Hawks better than their power play as they stand at a 74% on the penalty kill. But for the Salle, one of the better in the APAC, a 21% on the power play. As that success rate looking to pick up here. The first infraction charged against St. Joe's Prep. 3 already against the Explorers. As this power play unit being displayed for the first time tonight. Minute left on the power play. And excellent forecheck eating up clock time. He'll now get the puck on his own skate and stick. Chipped along, eating about another 5 seconds. Great work from the Explorers, or rather that being Connor Berman. He has a goal today and also applying that forecheck for the Hawks. Back out connecting, this will be off Casey's stick. Fought off hard, check into the boards. Puck stays in the zone of the Hawks. Michael Casey fumbling, will get it back on his stick. Chipped along to Whittick. And a line change will now send Casey to the bench, but the puck will be on his skate. And now able to capitalize on that miscommunication will be the Hawks. Able to get that puck back the other way. Boost of speed, here comes the Explorers. 2-on-1 shot, saved by Bruno with the right blocker, but kept in front. Back to even strength hockey. Bruno with a poke check, able to get that puck right out of his wheelhouse. 11 minutes left on our clock, and the Explorers continuing with the offensive presence.
You know, I got to say right now, though, they need to get more of the body. You saw right there Michael Casey in the deep slot was controlling the puck, couldn't find it from his skates, and he was easily able to get the puck down deeper into the zone. It's just about making sure you eliminate the puck handler from having the puck.
Here come the Hawks, a shot on net, easily fended up by Gross. He'll come well out of his net and get this fed along the boards to his left. And now here comes Schneider. Looking to redeem himself on that breakaway.
Right,
unable to get the shot on net. But right there, he won't have even an opportunity to get to Bruno, standing tall in the forecheck. Number 33 for the Hawks. As you mentioned, Dylan, that forecheck from Dante Passio proving successful for St. Joe's. Stutter step move and a shot in the slot. Will hit traffic in front, but keeping the puck on his stick will be Jake Hannon. Backhand along the boards, back out to the blue line. Hannon. This puck will go right through his stick, and the Hawks will be able to get this puck back around the boards. Fanning on the pass. We'll get it right back to him. Here comes number 97 carrying it up for St. Joe's. Liam Mooney will get this all the way behind the Explorers' net. Before the boys in blue once again will control it. Fumbled with at the skates of number 4, Tim Whittick. His brother, and now chipped along. Behind the zone, back in Hawks territory. 9:20 left on our clock in the second period. Open ice, unable to get the shot on net. Not enough stick on that shot will be Tim Whittick as he was wide open right in front of Bruno on that excellent pass right in front of Bruno's crease. Unable to convert, and this puck all the way back the other way. Icing will be waved off. It will hit a man in front, fanned on this clearing attempt. And LaSalle able to now pick up that loose puck in the neutral zone. And once again, dumping and pressing. Bruno back in his crease late. Unable to get a shot on net will be Casey. And St. Joe's Prep now unable to get a true offensive attack working as Yerger will send this shot wide.
Prep hasn't had a true offensive attack in quite some time now.
And one of the reasons why will be this man right here on your screen, Michael Casey, leading this Explorers attack. This top line looking backdoor, unable to get that pass.
Got too cute
to
with
number 18. Looking for, it was David Kimmel, but the block in front by St. Joe's Prep will deflect away any shot on net as Jeffrey Hammond standing tall right there on the defensive effort, avoiding a backdoor open opportunity for the Explorers offense.
Let's talk some quick hockey IQ right now. Whenever you're dumping the puck, you never want to go diagonally because if you put it into the far corner, it's always going to be one player from your team chasing after it, versus if you put it in the same corner that you're skating towards, it's always going to be yourself and your teammate chasing after it. Kirk McDonald, the head coach of the Reading Royals, one time told me that, and you know what? It's always proven to be true whenever I play NHL 21.
There we go, and the boys are buzzing indeed as they would on the sticks, and right now, in some real-life hockey, we got a scrum along the boards, battling for it, a 2-on-2. Puck will come free, and it will be short back the other way for the Hawks. 3-on-3, they can make it 3-on-2 if they hurry, and pickpocketed and sent down hard onto the ice will be the Hawks, and a 3-on-2 the other way for the Explorers offense. Bruno, unfazed, will watch this puck go to his left. And Schneider along the boards. Here's Handed in front. Poke check from the Hawks defense short once again. Great defensive play to remove that open backdoor feed from Hannon. LaSalle still working with their offense. Shot will find Bruno. However, Bruno will find the puck as well. Glove save for the netminder. And now a face-off to Bruno's. Let's see, Bruno's right will be, and the major is over.
The 10-minute misconduct. We've got the 5-minute major, the 2-minute minor, the double minor, that's 4 minutes. The 10-minute misconduct, the game misconduct. A little bit of hockey now. I wonder, they should make a period misconduct. I'd be in support of that.
And let's hope we don't see a hit big enough to see that as well.
Well, yeah, I'd be in support of that being a thing, just not a thing that we see.
Dylan is all about the physical play, and Dylan, you definitely picked the right game to come to as we got a treat with this physical play continuing to heat up. Just a 3-1 hockey game. LaSalle's been cruising with their offense, but it's been St. Jose's netminder Rocco Bruno keeping the Hawks in this game. Wouldn't you agree, Josh?
Excuse me, Eric?
Wouldn't you agree, Josh? Rocco Bruno is the man that has kept the Hawks in this game.
Oh, no, I would certainly agree. I mean, I don't think it's St. Joe's Prep's defense fault either. It just seems like LaSalle is just staying in the offensive zone. It just seems like the St. Joe's Prep, I haven't seen them complete a pass in the attacking zone.
And right now a face-off win for LaSalle. This puck will fall in favor of the Hawks, and a shot from the blue line. A wrister will go wide. Those shots have to be put on net, as those very small opportunities to convert have to be capitalized on if you're St. Joe's Prep, especially down 2-0 against a team that they have been unable to win against yet this season.
Hey, I just want to say, where did that dump go? Same corner.
There you go. Once again, dumped into the zone. This will get all the way around to the blue line as here's Short. He'll wind up fire. Puck will come loose. Poke check just out of reach of Quinn Egan. And the Explorers defense stepping up once again for their netminder, Liam Gross, bailing him out as that right side of the cage was wide open for Egan if he was able to get a poke check on it.
That was a missed opportunity for Prep. They were dearly in need of a break like that.
And we're seeing those shots, looking for those rebound opportunities. Short with that last wrister, just unable to connect. And right now, this score remains 3-1 in favor of LaSalle. 5:45 left in our second period of play. And here comes LaSalle's offense once again. Working backwards now, we'll dump this puck in. And looking to get this pass cross crease, will be knocked down by the skate. And so it will be Connor Berman. He's got the lone goal for St. Joe's Prep today. This shot off the left side of the net, off the side of the cage, and swallowed up by Gross.
That's a really smart play right there. Just push the puck by the defender and try to chase after it. Obviously, he gets a face-off right there in the offensive zone. You want to see more of that. You want to see more just skating after the puck, not necessarily dumping. We've seen a lot of that from St. Joe's tonight, but they need sustained pressure. It's been good for them over the last few minutes. Needs to be more of that at the end of this period.
And that pressure, as you saw there, a man to keep your eyes on is Jeffrey Hammond. He has 2 goals against LaSalle this season. He collected his second in that first period back of the net connection on the top cheddar shot, beating Gross in net. And he's been the only man able to prove successful on a shot and convert for St. Joe's Prep. That goal, of course, coming on the power play as well. 4 power plays for St. Joe's Prep, only 1 successful. Josh, we can expect more of the physical play to keep up, and if LaSalle continues to head to the box, what does St. Joe's Prep need to do to convert on those power play opportunities?
Well, actually, Eric, I was just about to point out how while it hasn't been a clean game by any means, LaSalle has certainly played a much cleaner second period, and I think that's what we're seeing here. Ever since that power play early on in the second, LaSalle has had a grip on the game, and they have not let it go. I just think St. Joe's Prep, they need to make some cleaner passes. I've been seeing them dump and chase for most of this period, and it's clearly not working.
And don't get us wrong right now, LaSalle is kind of taking their foot off the throttle just a little bit.
And right now, that's, as we mentioned, one aggressive is too aggressive. Right now, you definitely don't want to become complacent and definitely cough up. You have a 2-goal lead right now. But right now, these opportunities back to the way, almost connecting with right off the bench, came short. Just unable to find that connection. And here's back to the way, these blue line to blue line tape passes. Unsuccessful for each team. But this shot, puck will come loose for a moment. Will be picked up by Hannon, and LaSalle back to the way. Under 4 minutes left on period number 2. 3-1 lead the Explorers, and their offense working once again. Behind Bruno. Hannon, backhand chipped along. Back out to the blue line. LaSalle, excellent ability to play catch and find these tape-to-tape connections. Trying to kick this one along, he will do so. But the battle along the boards will continue. Charlie Moritz unable to come up with that loose puck for the Hawks. But now coming back the other way will be his fellow St. Joe's Prep on the forward with a shot knocked out of the air, as that's Joseph Simongo looking to tally up a second goal on his season. He's got 1 goal and 4 assists and leads this St. Joe's Prep's on the scoring side of things. But right now he's been unable to get a true opportunity with just his second touch of the puck tonight. And a little bit of miscommunication and cross traffic. Both teams will intersect each other, and it will go offsides. A salvage play with 2:54 left on period number 2.
Now, Eric, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, from the most basic sense, it just seems like LaSalle is the bigger team, and I think that's showing up. I'm not seeing a lot of hits. I'm not seeing a lot of body from St. Joe's Prep. Is that correct?
And you could definitely say so. Sides playing a factor, definitely, especially a bigger defender. They've been able to stand in front of a lot more shots. Of course, a bigger goaltender as well helps cover much more of the back of the cage. And you see the size difference. Bruno, for being the shorter netminder tonight, he's played big for St. Joe's Prep. That's why he may have let up 3 goals, really only 2 that have been able, or rather off the sticks of LaSalle players after the own goal here in this second period. But right now, size not playing a factor almost, as it's heart over size right now. But right now, of course, the better play in favor of the team that has been cool, collective, and come out with those scrum wins, as you see there in the Explorers.
Oh, Michael Casey just on the prowl right there. Found the puck and was able to fish it free. This is going to go in on goal with 2 minutes left, a whistle, and an offensive zone faceoff for LaSalle. You know what I've just found out? Referees have another game tonight pretty quickly after this one, which means we are not having an ice cut between the second and third period. This puck will be a bouncy one.
All right, and you can expect constant hockey as well. The play does not stop here on the TUICE Network, and we can see that choppy ice play a factor in the later stages of this game. As the legs get more tired, fatigue sets in. How strong? What is your conditioning to keep your team in this game? And if you're LaSalle, hold on to this 2-goal lead.
Now, with choppy ice, would you say that's an advantage to the lesser team or the team that has less talent?
I think it's the team who is better with the body. Not to keep running on that, but whoever is better with the body is going to have the bigger advantage because it takes the agility factor away.
Shot here on the wrister from number 13 for LaSalle. We'll get this tape-to-tape pass. Almost open backdoor. Excellent back check, able to get in front of that shot opportunity. Batted along by Bruno. As once again, number 15 for the Hawks, Declan Pierce on that back check. Getting right his body in front of that shot opportunity backdoor and avoiding an open look for LaSalle's offense. Here's Jake Hannon. He'll open opportunity shot. Followed up by Bruno. Loose puck. And it trickles just wide. Won't go in. Right there, Pierce. The man able to bail out Bruno on that loose puck. Bruno standing tall right back in his crease with a pad save. Under a minute left to play. Bruno waffles it wide. Right to his right. Here's LaSalle still with possession, tied up, and finally fended out. No, not enough. Chipped into the air. Hand-eye coordination from the Explorers will keep this puck in the zone. working now behind St. Joe's Prep's net. 36 seconds. Hannon winds, fires, followed up by the left paddle Bruno. And finally, the Hawks will get this back out the other way.
What resilience from Prep to fend off that onslaught there. I thought the puck was in. Great athleticism to just flip that one out by the enforcer there, Declan Pierce.
Declan Pierce, you mentioned that enforcer, and he was the defense, almost a second goalie, keeping that puck. Was right at the goal line, but Pierce able to get a glove and swat it away. 8 seconds, chipped out, gloved out of the air, and fended out, fed into the LaSalle Explorer zone, and with that, possession, puck will fall still, and our clock will hit 0 on period number 2. Both goalies well-deserved rest heading to their respective benches, and a little glove tap as well between Bruno and Gross. Incredible play from the boys in between the pipes tonight. And Josh, this goalie play, you're going to continue to see these shots, the rubber, if you will, peppered on each netminder. You mentioned Bruno standing tall. He was the highlight of that second period, a couple sprawling saves. But as well, you got to tip your cap to the man, number 33, Liam Gross, for the LaSalle Explorers. He's got one shutout on the season, and he's definitely displayed tremendous play in net as well tonight.
No, you certainly do, and especially when so much of this game is being played on the other side of the ice. It's a little bit tempting to lull asleep there, and next thing you know, St. Joe's Prep has tried it a few times too. Even before they crossed the blue line, they fired some shots on Gross. I think it's a pretty effective strategy considering so much of the game is being played on the other side. When his number is called, he stood up tall. And there's been certainly a few opportunities for Prep. But Eric, I was just saying it a little bit earlier. I want to see Prep make a few more passes before they dump and chase.
Right on. And that's definitely going to continue to see if that's going to work. You've seen blue line to blue line passing pick up as well in the second period. If they're able to get a man in a fast break back the other way, a breakaway if you will, they can perhaps connect and try and bring this deficit within one. Dylan Coyle in between the benches tonight. Our man ringside reporting. Dylan, what do you have for us heading into number 3?
The message from the bench boss for St. Joe's is stay hydrated. Nothing else. Let the players talk. You know what that means? When a coach doesn't have much to say, it means things are going fairly well. Liking what he's seeing out there from his players.
All right, and with the 2-goal deficit as well, confidence in the head coach, you got to love to see that. So right now, if you're St. Joe's Prep, you're in the last game of the regular season. This game, no implications with Flyers Cup as well as the semifinal set for Monday night. Puck drop here in the third period. Bragging rights in this game between both teams, and they're looking to pick it up here. 3-1 lead for LaSalle as we get period number 3 underway. And here comes LaSalle looking to get a quick shot on net. This will be well wide of Bruno in net. As number 18 able to pick up that loose puck in the neutral zone, Dan Whittick, his shot going wide, unable to connect with net and count as a shot on goal. But for LaSalle, this shot will stay in the hovering zone around Bruno. But traffic in front will see this puck go wide, and now hitting the roof here at the stadium. Play will be blown dead.
You know, it's for St. Joe's and for LaSalle, you only remember the last period of hockey that you play in, right? So this period is going to set the tone for both the semifinal that St. Joe's is going to be playing in against Malvern and the championship game that LaSalle will be in. It's huge.
And definitely, as we mentioned, this is a tune-up game. And tuning up, you want everything to be on point, starting with very face-offs, starting with these battle along the boards, taking the body. Both teams have picked up that physical play. Now it's about, with no break in between, no long intermission, these teams typically have between period number 2 and 3. That's not happening tonight. So what team is the best conditioned? What team has the legs set under them? And with shots like that, loose pucks, what team can capitalize when the puck falls on their stick? And right there, it'll be Liam Gross able to get his glove on it as that puck came right off the boards, bounced right out to the right of his crease. St. Joe's Prep, however, not able to get a stick on it, and play will be blown dead.
Yeah, and I wanted to go back to what Dylan said about the coach's note there. This game was so close to getting out of hand, and St. Joe's Prep used the stoppage of that power play. Power plays, we always talk about momentum, and that was a power play that I thought for a while, LaSalle, they lulled St. Joe's to sleep. They just kept playing catch. They were toying with them. But I think St. Joe's, they saw they could stop them, and now they're transferring into energy.
And you see shots like that hitting some traffic in front, and you can get that puck to bounce your way, and a deflection off your own man or the opponent's stick can bring this deficit within one quite easily, as any shot on net counts as such. And if you're St. Joe's Prep, you're looking to try and continue to apply that pepper right on Liam Gross, who's been excellent and tremendous for the Explorers in net tonight. And a couple extracurriculars after this puck will head outside of St. Joe's Prep's zone. A couple hits exchanged, some bodies flying onto the ice. No penalties, nothing will be charged, and just a stoppage of play. This faceoff now set to Bruno's right.
Now, if you're a LaSalle coach right now, is there any concern about getting someone hurt or some guys getting too rough at this point of the season when there's really not too much in play?
That's an excellent point to bring up, and in head coach Walter Mulbronner's, he's been coaching since 1997.
Woo.
So he's definitely had experience with a successful LaSalle Explorers hockey team. So you can expect that he's got the experience to know how to continue to play his boys on the ice and his players. So we can see maybe perhaps any kind of changes. But as you mentioned right now, they're looking to improve this 5-3 record to 6-3 with a win tonight over St. Joe's Prep if they're able to hold on to this 2-goal lead and build off of it. So right now you're continuing to keep your guys on the ice conditioned, ready to play, and see if you can also pad the stats perhaps a little bit as well. And find this game into the win column to conclude your 2021 regular season. This puck picked up, the loose change from Quinn Egan, looking across for Joseph Simongo. So dangerous with the puck is Simongo, but he's unable to find the rubber there. And falling on his backside will be the Explorers, as unable to get to his feet right away as that puck came back out to the blue line was David Kimmel. St. Joe's Prep unable to come up with the loose puck. Shot on net, hits the crossbar. The wrister from Kimmel getting back to his feet. He'll now put a hit on. Frustration after that shot hit all of the crossbar, nothing else, as Bruno definitely going to give a glove tap to his best friend right there in red, as the goalpost able to bail out Bruno and keep this game within 2.
What a sequence there. You know, Eric, I just got to wonder now, it seems as if they're playing and they're looking pretty even right here. What do you think is going to be a difference maker coming in the final in this final period here?
Well, in the final stretch, these face-off wins are important. LaSalle able to win it. You see the defensive effort pick up for both teams as they stood tall with bodies in front. This shot out of the air, fended off. And right there as well, once again, number 83 for the Hawks, Christian Short, able to deflect out of danger. As that puck was in the air for a moment, some hand-eye coordination from the defenseman will get this puck out into the corner. Shot fanned in front. LaSalle behind the net, unable to come up with the loose change, and now floated all the way back down to Gross in net. 12:25 left in our third period of play. 3-1 lead for the Explorers. Back across the blue line. Fed in around the boards. And intercepted pass from number 28, Michael Ahiren. We'll get this puck back out to the neutral zone.
Eric, I just got updated from our tech over here, Jonathan, that this will actually be the semifinal now on Monday, as opposed to LaSalle having that automatic bye. If you're a coach here, do you get worried about tipping your hand before the playoffs, or is that out the window?
That's a great point as well, but right now, as we mentioned, you're looking to continue to have your players conditioned, played as well, and something to point out as well, they might not know. We just got the update. So for Malvern Prep, as the 1 seed, 8-1 record overall, they will get a quick trip and their golden ticket to the championship Monday night. As for these two teams, they might not know it yet, but they will be set to square off and rematch for the 4th and final time this season. Monday night.
That's amazing. I mean, we thought the entire time it was going to be LaSalle getting the bye, but they changed the scenario. They changed the way it was going to be set up, and you have to be flexible in times of COVID. So this is the semifinal matchup.
And done correctly as well, Malvern Prep, as that 1 seed, you would expect them to get their well-deserved trip, easy bye to the championship. As both two teams here, they're looking to try and come out with not just a win tonight, but also some momentum heading into Monday night when they get set to do it out once again on the ice. Under 11 minutes of play left here in period number 3. chipped along the boards, and that's Egan trying to come up with this puck. However, the Explorers will play catch and connecting. Hannon, cross-ice feed to Casey. Here's Michael Casey, third overall ranked in the APAC on scoring leaders. He almost had an open opportunity to get this puck on net, but a shot goes wide. But getting in the way of that shot on net attempt was St. Joe's Prep number 18, Cathal Dowd, as he will stand tall in the defensive effort once again for the boys in red and gray. Puck comes out, shot floater, batted out of the air by Bruno. No rebound for the Explorers to pick up. Rather, it will be St. Joe's Prep with a defensive stop and an offensive surge back the other way. Hard hit, open ice hit. Applied, and will swat this shot away momentarily before another opportunity. This shot put along by number 10 for St. Joe's Prep for just a moment, as it will be gloved. Jake Armstrong's wrister out of the air by Gross.
Guys, the ice is awful down here. There's snow everywhere. That puck, that offensive opportunity for St. Joe's, it just would not settle whatsoever. And also, by the way, I don't even know if the teams know right now that they're playing each other. Thanks to JJ Mahalski, a high school hockey insider and former TUICE Network member, for telling us.
Shout out to JJ, the man helping out the broadcast crew even when he's not here. Great work from JJ Mahalski. And right now, Dylan Coyle once again reporting in between the benches. I'm Eric Jesberger on play-by, joined by Josh Safran on color. And with 9 minutes of play left in our third and final period to play, you once again watching the TUICE Network as face-off here, Friday night hockey at the stadium between the LaSalle Explorers and St. Joe's Prep Hawks. And ladies and gentlemen, you will definitely be here once again to tune into TUICE Network's Monday night coverage when these two teams meet again.
Too many men, it looks like, on LaSalle.
And as you mentioned, heading into Monday night, you're going to want to make sure discipline and your play is on point. And a poor line change from the Explorers will cost them.
That's a penalty that's pretty inexcusable there. If you're trying to give St. Joe's Prep a little message, pick up a little boarding, something like that, okay, we can talk. But at too many men at this point when we've been just easing through, it's been quite a while since we've seen a penalty. That's one that could prove costly.
Jake Armstrong will head to the box and serve his 2 minutes.
Serve the team's 2 minutes.
Spot on. Dylan Coyle, you won't be joined. You're in the other penalty box, though, so no company, unfortunately, for Dylan, as he was able to have a couple chats there with a couple St. Joe's Prep players in the box earlier. But right there, a face-off win in front. Will now find this puck. Face-off win for LaSalle, if you will. Won't be able to keep possession as St. Joe's Prep feeding this along the blue line, tape to tape. 8:20 on the clock. Quinn Egan keeping this puck in the zone, and the offensive attack for St. Joe's Prep. Puck comes loose for a moment, but Liam Groos will sprawl on top of the loose change right in his crease. Quinn Egan was right there trying to get a stick and any kind of stroke on that shot. Unable to do such, as Liam Gross once again standing tall and cleaning up the leftovers in front of him. Both teams now trading out their lines, and on this power play unit for the Hawks, once again they come in tonight with a 16% effective rate on the power play. For LaSalle, they come in tonight failing a 65% effective rate on the penalty kill. Something, especially heading into playoffs and the Flyers Cup following that. I'm sure this penalty kill unit is something head coach Walter Muhlbronner is looking to get the boys conditioned and that penalty kill prepped as well. Heading into much more important games coming up very shortly on the schedule for this LaSalle Explorers ice hockey team. 46 seconds on the power play for the Hawks. Chipped in and fought along. It will be fed along the boards, unable to get that pass connecting with number 10 for the Hawks. That being Jake Armstrong. As for the Explorers, a stoppage of play, perhaps all sides, as we'll get set to do it again. A face-off in the neutral zone and a couple friendly words exchanged between players as well on the far end of the ice. Casey and Fantozzi meeting up for a quick chat. But with that stoppage of play, and both teams will now head to the dot for another face-off to our right. 34 seconds on the power play. And Josh, if you're St. Joe's Prep down by 2, 7:28 to work with and ticking. 30 seconds, you got one last offensive attack with the power play, man advantage. What needs to connect here to try and bring this deficit within 1?
Well, Dylan was telling us how bad that ice was, and I was asking for more passing earlier, but I think just with the ice being that way, you got to start firing shots off and start hoping maybe a bounce can go your way. We saw it for LaSalle earlier, but I'm just not seeing enough shots getting sent on net.
And floaters like that aren't what you want as well. You got to get a little bit more mustard on that to try and beat a great goaltender like Liam Gross. And a face-off win for the Hawks. In the offensive end of the ice will be easily stolen. And here's a boost of speed surging the other way. Here's Schneider. Backdoor feed. Shot on net. Bruno unable to get it. And it's the back of the goal for LaSalle. Chase Hannon with the connection. And beautiful feed behind the back from Schneider. Spinorama will find Hannon, who connects with Schwein. 4-1. 3-goal lead for LaSalle. What a goal for the boys in blue.
And I didn't catch who it was, but just a great job from LaSalle there. St. Joe's Prep won that faceoff, and LaSalle denied them immediately. They turned defense right into offense and got the breakaway we've been waiting for. Oof, 3-1 was deadlocked for quite some time.
That all started, that man, you mentioned Chase Hannon, and he's the one who scores, so reward the man.
He deserved it.
Reward the man who stopped the defensive play, got it back on the offensive attack, and Hannon, for another goal on his season, will connect with the back of the net. A beautiful feed once again. You can't emphasize enough from Schneider. Spinorama, backhand feed behind his back, and able to find Hannon to connect with Shrine. Dylan, you saw everything spinning out in front of you on that fast break. Beautiful connection for the Explorers.
Yeah, a bad pinch as well. A couple bad pitches, and it wasn't the best coverage either. That's a backbreaker. Whenever it's a 3-goal difference, it's really hard, especially with less than 7 to go here.
Chase Hannon as well with his second goal on the season against this St. Joe's Prep hockey team. Somebody the Hawks are all too used to on the score sheet against them. Here's this puck coming loose, but just unable to get a stick on it, as it was wide open for Dave Kimmel, or rather on the other side, Matthew Moresco. Backdoor, Liam Gross had no idea where it was, but he'll get a sigh of relief as that puck won't get behind him.
But that's what you want to see after giving up a goal. You want to see going the other way. You want to see that response. Because remember, now this is a tune-up game for both teams. It's a preview of the semifinal Monday night at Grundy. So we'll see exactly what happens between these two teams for these last 6 minutes. This is what they're all going to remember.
Puck out and into St. Joe's Prep's end of the zone. Here's Casey, dangerous man with the puck, trying to center this pass and look for the connection with number 26, David Kimmel, unable to get that puck through a couple sticks of the Hawks. And we're now under 6 minutes of play in our third and final period of Friday Night Hockey. A 4-1 lead for the Explorers over St. Joe's Prep. We'll now see the remainder of this game battled out with something these two teams might not know yet, but a rematch set very soon, just a couple nights away, for a Monday night semifinal game with a championship ticket against Malvern Prep on the line for one of these respective ice hockey teams. Gloved out of the air at center ice by number 97 for the Hawks, Liam Mooney. However, he won't be able to keep this puck on the sticks and offensive attack in possession for St. Joe's. LaSalle shot from the blue line as a wrister winding up and firing Jake Armstrong. Gloved out of the air by Bruno. And we'll get set for another faceoff in St. Joe's Prep zone as Bruno will hold on to this puck to blow it dead. 5 minutes and 13 seconds. Face-off win. Here's Short on his own end of the ice. Trying to pickpocket him and get this puck loose was Tim Whittick. Unsuccessful, but scrum will continue. Whittick now coming with the puck. Checked and stepped into by Short before this puck will be fed along the boards. Emerging with the puck will be Quinn Egan, chipping this out to the neutral zone, but standing right in front of him was Jake Armstrong, and sent to the ice will be Armstrong. A penalty will be charged against Quinn Egan, tripping on Armstrong, and this delayed penalty, Liam Gross sprinting with all of that goalie gear on to the bench to get that extra man out. However, it would just be for about a second or two before the Hawks will touch it up, and we'll get the 2-minute tripping penalty charged against St. Joe's Prep, and the power play unit for LaSalle, and a 3-goal lead, and 4 minutes and 39 seconds to work with. Josh, can you all about write this game up?
I hate to say it, but you can pretty much just about write this game up with, trying not to jinx myself. Here's the thing, though. If you're St. Joe's Prep, this is the end of your regular season. I want to see energy from them, and they might not know it yet, but at LaSalle, they need to go home saying, man, that St. Joe's Prep team, they don't quit. And give them just a little bit of fear before playing them in the semifinals.
Excellent insight. Josh Safran giving you the insight to this game. Well said. Couldn't have said it any better myself. But right here, couldn't have been shot any better. And it will be a goal for LaSalle. Number 5, Jake Hannon will find the back of net, his second point, his first goal against St. Joe's this season. And this puck coming off the back of Bruno perhaps, but it will go into the air and land behind Bruno and into the back of the net of St. Joe's Prep.
Yeah, just an unlucky bounce right there. He made the first save. It was a really nice shot. It's really hard to get the puck stopped when it's kind of around your shoulder, because if you go right now, and I know the play is starting back up, but if you do put your arm and try to watch the puck come between your ear and your shoulder, try right now, guys. Just try to put your arm where it needs to go. With all the padding and everything, there's a hole right there, and it's hard to close it up if you are a netminder.
You're right on, and especially without knowing where that puck is, you just see sticks, gloves flying up in front of you. St. Joe's Prep unable to try and help out Bruno in front on the defensive effort, but right now an offensive attack trying to help out Bruno and bring this game back within a 3-goal score if they're able to get a shot off, if you will. However, this stoppage of play, a boost of speed into the offensive zone, came in Nicholas Storty with a hot pursuit, but play will be blown dead. And both teams will now get some line changes, fresh legs on the ice, and with 3:45 left on our third and final period of play, once again a 5-1 lead for the Explorers, and a face-off win for St. Joe's will fall into the puck possession of LaSalle. A shot, Liam Gross quickly tested on that wraparound by Joseph Simongo. Great vision there from Gross, able to find that puck, have the awareness to see that wraparound and get a stick and out on it.
Now, Eric, you've gotten to watch a few St. Joe's Preps games. You've gotten to see a few LaSalle games here. When these teams match up in the semifinals, do you see a recipe for success for St. Joe's Prep? Because LaSalle has dominated all day and dominated the series, quite frankly.
Well, the best period, if you will, we saw was in period number 2. And that play, of course, they're able to connect with the back of the net as well. Quick shot here. Bruno with an incredible save, getting that right leg extended and able to get this one knocked down out of danger on that rebound. And right here, intensity picking up. And to answer your question, Josh, intensity needs to pick up from the get-go if you're in St. Joe's Prep. We saw that in their last game against Malvern Prep. Couple shots, couple punches, if you will, unsportsmanlike exchanged between Malvern Prep and St. Joe's Prep. That intensity needs to be there from period number 1. I'm not saying you're going to throw a cross-check or your body frantically around to put some hits on the opposition, but you need to have that intensity. If you need to, build up some swagger from a couple open ice hits, win the battle along the boards, as Dylan has mentioned on the broadcast multiple times tonight. And if you're able to do so, your physical play will turn into some offensive play back the other way, and perhaps some conversions with some back-of-the-net goals.
Dylan, we got 2 guys in the box there. What just happened?
It's just a little bit of late-game roughhousing that turns into penalties. Nothing really, spectacular or surprising. It also does make this game end quicker. Not sure if that is a lucky way to end. No, it's going to make it quicker, just because even if there was a goal, there would be no stoppage because of the power play. So 2 coincidental minors, both the same penalty. And yeah, that's kind of what happened here.
Yep, 5-on-5 play continuing for both teams. And if you will, perhaps shorter play will mean some fresher legs and conditioning for Monday night when these 2 teams meet up again. Icing waved off, but right now not laying off the gas pedal is the man Michael Casey, leading the scoring sheet and stats for LaSalle's offense. This shot bouncing and redirecting out of midair. Bruno perhaps swatting that like a baseball bat out of the air to his left. Couple hits behind the play, but right now here comes a break the other way. 2-on-2. Looking across crease, this excellent diving play from short on the defensive pressure, or rather, if you will, that would be number 15 for the Hawks, Declan Pierce. Incredible defensive play from Pierce in particular for St. Joe's Prep, and he swatted away a cross crease feed and an opportunity for LaSalle to add a little salt to the wound if they were able to connect with the back of the net for their 6th goal on the night. But Pierce denying that opportunity. Gross will come out of his net and feed this along and create an Explorers rush back into Hawks territory. Chipped along the boards out of the air, and now Bruno collecting it behind his own net. Both goalies getting a part of the play, kicked along the blue line, unable to keep this in the Hawks zone. And now here's Short chipping it along. Stepping into Short will be number 23 with a little late hit was Ryan Warner. No call there, and this puck will enter back into St. Joe's Prep territory. Chipped along and fed to himself will be Chris Neck with 50 seconds left on our clock. Shot from the blue line over Bruno, trying to make a reaching glove save. Unable to get any of that rubber. And this puck back out to the neutral zone. 2-on-2 break. Stick work stepped into, and great defensive effort and assertion by Andrew Badinsky. And with 30 seconds left, a 4-goal lead for LaSalle. You can all about write this one into the books. But the attack and the gas pedal won't be let up, as full throttle shot there, getting all of that puck will be Badinsky once again. And with 10 seconds shipped along the boards, LaSalle fed now out to the neutral zone. And with the clock hitting 0, the buzzer will sound, and a 5-1 regular season ending victory for the Explorers will improve LaSalle to 6-3 overall. Will send St. Joe's home with a 1-8 overall regular season record. But don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen, as Josh and Dylan, we have Monday Night Hockey to get underway between these two very same teams. And get this, right here on the TUICE Network, puck drop at 7:30. Josh, Dylan, we can expect a tremendous matchup as well. But just before we sign off for our coverage tonight, Josh, Monday night these two teams get set to meet again for the fourth time this season. LaSalle 3-0 over St. Joe's Prep in their 3 meetings in the regular season. In matchup number 4, what can you expect between these teams?
Well, Eric, I always have a philosophy in sports that you can't sweep a team in the regular season and then beat them in the playoffs. But after what I just saw today, Eric, I think LaSalle can handle them easily in this one. I was talking about at the end, you want to leave something in their mind as the game concludes. LaSalle, you kept saying it, full throttle. I wanted to see anything from St. Joe's Prep, any spark of energy, not even a goal. Didn't really see that energy. Maybe they're preserving it for next Monday, but who knows?
And Dylan, you were joined in the box by multiple players, especially more prominently more LaSalle Explorers players tonight. By the scoreboard, however, St. Joe's Prep unable to convert on those power plays. Even LaSalle scoring a shorthanded goal. What can you see from St. Joe's Prep that when they have the man advantage, you got to convert?
There were 2 shorties. And you know what? The special teams did not do St. Joe's any favors in this game. I will say, though, I don't think the third period was necessarily the most the fairest to go off of just because of the ice and the conditions there. I mean, it was awful. But LaSalle, they were the ones who were able to take advantage of some weird bounces, some weird hops, and some broken plays from St. Joe's. The thing I see from LaSalle is just crispness. Everything they do is crisp. Their passes are hard, and that's the most impressive thing for me. With St. Joe's, there's a little bit left to be desired with some of their skating, moving the legs, getting the wheels going. There's a little bit when it comes to the passing is a little too soft. And if they're going to beat LaSalle on Monday night, things need to improve in those areas. LaSalle's going to come out big.
Right on. And not only those passings were a little short tonight, but so were some of those shots. Trying to get a little bit more mustard on those shots. You're not going to beat Liam Gross with some short chip shots and floaters. Josh, you mentioned those dump and chase passes tonight. Unsuccessful for the Hawks. Wrapping up here, what can you expect from this Hawks offense? Only one goal tonight. How can you beat Liam Gross in net after he stood tall after another tremendous outing?
Well, I mean, it's hard to say they're going to be able to stop LaSalle if LaSalle's playing at full strength, but I think it's interesting to note that the one goal from Prep came on the power play, and that looked extremely smooth. If LaSalle keeps going in the box and not a little undisciplined, Prep might have a chance, but they're going to need some help with LaSalle's physicality there.
Spot on. Once again, thank you, Josh Saffron, Dylan Coyle, as well, joining me on the broadcast tonight. I'm Eric Jessberger. Thank you for tuning in to our coverage. And thank you once again for tuning into TUICE Network's coverage of APAC High School Hockey. These two teams keep it right here to watch them once again on Monday night, 7:30 puck drop on the TUICE Network. I'm Eric Jessberger. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time, everybody.